Yep. Trim only exists to relieve the pressure to put the nose where you want it to be. That is it. Put the nose where you want it, then relieve the pressure with trim. It's a thing that a lot of people who don't have any real-world stick time, it's a hard concept because you feel it a lot more in a real plane because you don't have the same pressure feelings, even unless you have a stick that has like, you know, force feedback or a yoke that has force feedback, which is uncommon. Even like you know, a thing that has a spring in it, it's not the same thing. All right, we're coming up on 10,000, and I think we'll just head over that way. And if for some reason I misjudge shit, then I will use the motor if I have to. It's going to become the motor of shame though, if I have to use it. But you know, again, full send. I mean, you know, it comes back to what we were just talking about. Is you know, if I'm relying on the motor, you know, that's I've already fucked up. So. All right, let's go flaps -2 and full send, head right over there and try to lose as little altitude as we can. But you're going to have a tailwind, so that's going to really help. And I have to remember to turn off the winds as we get closer too. What's up, Anubis? Good timing. You get to watch me probably fuck up this landing. We've been flying from south of Tucson, or southeast of Tucson, up to Payson. So Payson is right there, I think, and that's where we're headed. I could probably do a straight in for 06, but what's up, Two-Face Disc? 13 months. Appreciate the resub. Welcome in. How you doing, Two-Face? Yeah, Badger. We talked about this earlier, and you may not have been here. You can't. You really can't glide with live weather. You have to run custom weather, because the way that ridge lift works, you need to have wind that's moving perpendicular across a ridge to get ridge lift. So I have to kind of be finagling things a little bit to have wind across the ridges that we're flying. If you're just doing pure sailplane flying with the motor off, you will not be able to. If you're running live weather, you will not be able to glide. You will get no lift. Well, very little lift because it's unlikely to be strong enough. I'm running 35 knot winds right now. And I would say the minimum is probably 25 to be successful in it. Yeah, that's definitely the runway. When I get a little bit closer, I'll dump the ballast. So pattern altitude is going to be 6,200 is what we're looking for on the pattern altitude. There's the runway. It's looking pretty fucking short. And I could probably land 06, I think. We'll do left turns. So we'll fly over, then make a left downwind to base to final that way. Keep calm and lift. I will try to head in the cloud. I will try to. But we definitely made the field at this point. Let me just get a little bit closer, then we'll dump the ballast. And we'll change the winds and then land. Okay, let's go ahead and start dumping the ballast. Oops. Do that one. Check it out, guys. Look at this. Isn't that... Watch this. Oh, how cool is that? How cool is that? Just getting some... You guys good down there in Payson. We're just, look, I'm doing my part. Just giving you guys some proper chemtrails, alright? Don't blame me. Someone's got to do it. Look, it's tough job. Someone's got to do it. Let's change the winds too. Glider ASMR. What do you mean? Oh, the beeps. Well, those are sad beeps though right now. Those are really sad beeps. Plane, are you okay? Okay, you're good. I'm having these weird things. Maybe I have to replace my controller. Like, I have these momentary losses of control. Where I put an input in and nothing happens. I feel like my joystick might be failing. Thankfully, it's cheap as fuck. It's like, you know, $50 to get a new one. So, and I have a spare lying around. But I don't know. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's something else. I don't know. But I keep on getting these momentary losses. Tonight, it's happened several times, where I have no aileron control. Yeah, Anubis, there's a lot of immersive feelings in this sim for sure. The weather and wind sounds. Like, yeah, when you're sitting on the ground too, if it's raining, you hear the metal like tinkling on the top of the the plane. It's great, right? It's awesome. Probably have to forward slip if I don't want to spend forever descending. Which I probably will do. I think maybe I'll just forward slip down to like 7,500 or so. Let the ballast continue coming out though. I think it's empty. Let's see, what's that? It's almost empty. Sigh. 8,500, another 1,000 to go before I don't want to be forward slipping anymore. I know I did it. I know I did it to myself. I know. And I would have it no other way. $6,200 is what we're looking for circuit or pattern altitude correction. We're in America, so it's a pattern. In Canada, it's a circuit, but in America, it's a pattern. We're really close. We're only like 3 miles, maybe even less than 3 miles, 2.5-ish. 2.5, perfect. That was actually exactly 2.5 miles. Big thing about in the sim, at least in the plane like this, is you do not want to be high on downwind, because it's going to be really, really hard to get her down on final. You're going to end up being really high, and I think that that's actually kind of worse in some ways, because if you can't get it down, you're going to overshoot, and that's really, really scary. You can, at least if you're like too low, to some degree, you can cut the corner. You have some geometry that you can work with. Forward slipping, is maybe, yeah, if you're high, you could forward slip down. But in the sim, at least, it's hard to in this plane for me. It's hard to forward slip it and keep the speed at like 60 or 65. You're going to increase your speed to like 80, and that's really, really fast. So you have the spoilers. The spoilers can help. It gets a little bit hairy. It's an unstable approach, I think, if you're like really, really high. So 7,600, I'm going to start heading that way, and right before we're about to cross the runway, if I'm still too high, I'll try to get down to 6,200. We're still like 1,400 above, so I don't want to quite yet get in there. We have to cross it basically at pattern altitude. It's the normal way, at least in a powered plane, that you always have to cross the midfield if you're intending to land at pattern altitude or circuit altitude, because if you're above it or below it, it's harder for you to spot other aircraft. You need to be at the same level of pattern altitude before you turn downwind when you're over the midfield. Otherwise, if you're above and there's someone slightly below, you will not. It's really hard to see someone who's below you. It's really fucking hard. You can see someone above you a little bit easier, but they're not going to be able to see you. So that's why it's really important. You need to be at the same level. Now, in this plane, it's kind of different because I'm going to be descending the whole time. And I'm not really sure how they do this in gliders, actually. This is an area I don't know about. How, when they're doing their entry over the downwind, for example, or I mean over the midfield, they're not maintaining altitude. So do they stay high until they're just over the midfield and then are at circuit altitude or pattern altitude and then turn? I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to go in just yet because we're still pretty high. We're still 1,000 above what we need to be. Oof. F's in chat. Yeah, Badger. Not good. BC Gumps. In this plane, there's not much BC gumps to do, really. I think maybe it's like at 500, I'll come in and I can get down if I need to. I can drop 200 feet if I need to. Do a nice slow turn to drop more altitude during the turn too. Let's go in. We're 500 above, so let's head in. We're 100 above, so we'll be pretty much right where we want to be. Yeah, there we go. Pattern altitude. Clear right, clear left. I'm gonna go and throw flaps in now. Approach flaps are set. We still need to do gear. We'll wait till we're turning one more beam to get gear, I think. Anonymous, thank you for the gift subs. I'm a bit preoccupied at the moment, but I will respond to those in a minute. Speed's good. Close enough to a beam. Let's go ahead and do gear. Gear's coming down.